Hey basketball coaches, in this video I'm going to be giving you a couple of different basketball drills that you could run with players who are between the ages of 9 and 12, and you could literally use these drills year over year because they have different stacks so that you can continuously improve your players with essentially the same drills. Really quickly, go check out the practice plans down in the description below if you are looking to have fantastic practices. Let's get down, let's check out these drills. Okay, so in this first drill, we're going to have two different lines, and this drill is absolutely amazing because it's going to teach off-ball movement. First, we're going to have player 1 red pass over to player 4 blue, and he is going to then cut towards the rim. When he's cutting towards the rim, player 4 is going to try and pass him the ball, and of course, lead pass, especially we need to teach this at the younger age groups because we don't want to aim for the player where he is because then the ball is going to go behind him. We want to aim the pass ahead of him so that he can catch it while running. And then he's going to go and then, of course, finish the layup. When he's finished the layup, player 4 is going to go in the back of this line. Player 1 is going to pass to the next player in line, and he's going to be going in the back of that line. Now, the stack on this would be the same thing. Player 1 is going to pass over to player 4, and player 1 is going to cut towards the rim. When he cuts towards the rim, player 4 is going to again pass him the ball, and he's going to follow his pass. Player 1 is going to then finish with a layup, and then player 1 is going to then pop out towards this side. Player 4 is going to get that rebound, and then he's going to kick that ball out to player 1, so that player 1 can take that mid-range or even three-point shot. Same thing applies. Player 4 is going to now get the rebound instead. He's going to pass to the next player in line, and of course, we're going to continue this drill through. Another stack on top of this is to add a defender. Now we can add a defender. Player 1, blue or red, still makes that pass over to player 4, and now player 1 needs to try and fake out player 1 blue to get to that rim. He can either fake left to go right, or he could fake right to go left. This is totally up to him, but he needs to try and beat player 1 to get that angle to the rim, so that now player 4, when he passes player 1 the ball, is going to then, of course, finish with that layup. Now, we can even add on top of this as well. So, really quickly, after that layup goes, player 4 made that pass, player 1 blue is going to get that rebound, player 1 red is going to go in the back of this line, player 1 blue is going to go in the back of the red line, and then player 4 who made that pass is now going to be the defender. And we can cycle through this. We're not just teaching our players how to get open to cut to the rim. We're also teaching defenders now to be able to stay with that player so that if he does cut to the rim, you're not going to be caught off guard and not paying attention. Now, another stack on top of all of this is now, of course, same thing applies, that pass, fake, and then cut. And now, when you're cutting towards the basket, again, same idea, finish with that layup. Flat 5 now becomes the defender up here, but now what we want to see is when player 4 gets that ball, we want to see a zigzag drill up this side, and then they will join the backs of these two lines when they finish the zigzag drill. Now, if you find that you've got a lot of players on your team and they're standing around for maybe a couple of seconds longer than you would like, you can add this zigzag to really any of those previous drills just so that we can keep our players moving while others don't just stand around. Now, this is personally a favorite drill of mine. So this is with two players. We're going to have a defensive line and an offensive line, and what we will have is the red line playing defensive zigzag on player 5. When player 5 gets to that free throw line extended, we want him to pass the ball to the coach. We will have a coach at half court. At this time, we want you can have the coach over here if you were to run the drill back on this side, which I would prefer everyone to run this drill on both sides, one going this way, one going this way, mainly because then we can get more players active. However, going back to this single side drill, when we have that pass to the coach, we want player 5 to angle that defender towards that coach, so that now we can have potentially a dribble handoff, and now that screen by the coach so that player 5 can get that layup. And of course, they would just line up on the other side and go back, doing the zigzag again if you have another coach who's available to be able to do this. And this is a fantastic drill because now we're teaching them defense, we're teaching them that being able to control the ball under pressure, but also how to pass to half court. Let's say this is a press defense that's happening, and then also how to angle that defender into the screen, into the dribble handoff, so that when player 5 gets that ball, he essentially just has a wide open lane to the basket. Now, what I really like is a press trap drill. This is a lot of fun to run, and this is just a stack on top of that last drill I just showed you. However, with this drill, this is absolutely amazing. So what we're going to have is the 2 blue defenders. They're going to be coming up to the elbows, and we're going to have player 2 trying to beat those 2 defensive players. And of course, they're going to try and trap up top so that they can force player 2 towards the side. As soon as player 2 gets to that free throw line extended, we want that pass to the coach in the middle of the court, and then player 2 is going to try and sprint down court, get away from his 2 defenders so that the coach can pass back to him and he can finish with a layup. Now that's a fantastic option to run. You can even have your player who's on offense try to use the coach as a screen or a DHO as well, a dribble handoff, and that can be extremely useful to teach our players how to handle a press defense. Okay, so in this next drill, we're going to have 2 lines once again, and now these lines don't need to be lined up exactly where they are here in this drill. They can be really anywhere, but what we are going to do is have player 5 and player 1 red. They're going to line up matched up with each other, and they're going to be shuffling, defensive shuffling between the key, between basically the elbows for player 5, and then player 1 between one of the 2 hash marks there. You can either be right up in front with the last hash mark, or you can go second hash mark. It depends you as a coach, and of course how much room you want to give that offensive player, but they're going to be basically shuffling back and forth. When the coach blows his whistle or says go, if these 2 players, or the offensive player for example, is on this side of the key, we want him to pop out. We'll give him that pass, and now he has 2 dribbles or 3 or whatever. So personally at the high school level, I would say 1 dribble. If it's middle school, I would say 2 dribbles. In elementary school, which is the age group that we're making this video for, I would say 3 dribbles to get to the rim. Only 1 shot is allowed, and after that player pops out, player 1 is going to defend, and player 5 blue is going to try and attack the rim. Now, for example, if he was on this side of the court or this side of the key, what I would say is instead of popping out top, we would have him pop out towards this side so that when the coach passes him that ball, we're going to then have the ability to have the footwork. We really want to teach the footwork, the reverse pivots, so that player 5 can attack that rim with, again, 1, 2, or 3 dribbles. Make sure to go check out the practice plans down in the description below. I really do hope that this video helps you and your team. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.